There are story themes embedded within us at essentially a genetic level. A very simple one is a journey into the unknown. Slightly more complex is facing chaos and working sacrificially to produce some habitable and usable order out of it. These classic storylines deeply reflect the way Homo sapiens have experienced life for the whole of that, 250,000 years that we've been on the planet. Okay, let's look at the story we are currently living. Covid-19 hits, we're knocked back and hide in our homes, we wait in fear. The waiting comes to an end, we slowly begin moving out of hiding and back into, well, here's the problem. We're entering unknown territory, chaos, out of which we need to produce order. Now, this is where the stories we tell or read or watch differ from living through them. When we start reading Lord of the Rings, we know how it ends. In Covid-19 world, we're making it up as we go along. Now, a story from the Bible I want us to look at today to help us understand where we are is the Exile. The Jews didn't decide to go on that journey, it was thrust upon them. So we're in the 7th century BC, the Babylonians, top empire at the time, conquered Jerusalem. They destroyed the temple and everything in which the Jews had their security. They hauled them off to be slaves in Babylon. And there, in that alien land, they had to make new lives, had to work out how to thrive and prepare themselves for a return to Jerusalem and the rebuilding of the temple. Their world was turned upside down, all they had trusted in was gone. They had to rethink everything from scratch and put a new life together. Now that captures far better the situation in which we find ourselves. But here's the important bit of the exiled story, which is why it's worth us engaging with it. It was during the exile that the Jews developed an understanding of themselves and God, which forged them into the people who are still with us today. It is the understanding of God developed during the exile that has been taken on into Christianity. The exile forced the Jews to develop their thinking in ways that delivered truths that have lasted for millennia. Now, journeys into the unknown and producing order from chaos are very rarely safe processes. And we're confronted at present with the demands for schools to be safe for pupils and staff. Well, there's no such thing as safe, and there never has been, not in any absolute sense. Now, at age 10, my daughter managed to break her arm in school doing what? Well, going to a flute lesson. So, what do? Do we ban flute lessons? Do we ensure all children are wearing suitable protective equipment when they leave the classroom for a music lesson? Or simply write it off as that's what school children tend to do? We would all like to return to the level of safe and comfortable we had before Covid-19. That may simply be impossible. Instead, we would do well to adjust our understanding of safe and adjust our response to that which is not as safe and comfortable as maybe we would like. On our journey through the coming year, we will need courage, flexibility, willingness to support each other within the community, and being particularly sensitive with those for whom COVID is a very real threat either to themselves or a member of their family. And as we work together, then the academic year 2021 will be no different to previous Bishop Wordsworth school years in that it will be a profoundly enriching experience to all those within the school community. And let us be reassured by the knowledge that just as the Jews were able to find God in deep and meaningful ways in that alien land of Babylon, we can be sustained by God's presence on the difficult journey ahead and the unsettling experience of being a school community in a pandemic.